Welcome back to the I Don't Want a Divorce podcast, where with God's help, we save marriages. Today's topic is get financially ready to leave your abuser. Money is a critical part of your preparations to leave your abuser, just as you have to get emotionally prepared to leave and get your kids ready to leave. And of course, find a place to stay. You've also got to have enough money to leave. Many of my phone advice clients tell me they can't ever leave their abusers because they can't survive financially on their own. And they believe that lie, and it is a lie. I tell every one of them, yes, you can leave your abuser because you can make it financially. Not today, okay, but over time, part of your preparation before you leave is getting ready money-wise. It will take time, a lot of effort, but you can get financially ready. Now, if you're like what we're doing in these podcasts, which is outside the Christian box typically, helping abused spouses leave their abusers and helping spouses in all kinds of marital crisis situations, subscribe to my podcast and to my YouTube channel. Leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts. We'd appreciate that. Many of you are doing that, and we thank you. We want to have influence for the kingdom of God and saving marriages and helping spouses get out of abusive relationships. And remember, all my resources for spouses in marital crisis, because that's what I do, spouses in marital crisis, are on my website, David E. Clarke, Clarke with an E on the end, davideclarkephd.com. Now, today's topic. Let's look at the financial piece. Get financially ready to leave your abuser. After you have left your abuser and your unrepentant abuser realizes you're not coming back, he will use his money, and believe me, it's his money in his crazy head to destroy you. Part of why you have to prepare beforehand. Here's what he'll do, just a part of what he'll do. He'll cut you off on the money. Is that legal? No. Does he care? No. And the courts will take forever to get you your money. He'll cancel your credit, debit, and ATM card. Is that right? No. Is he going to do it? Yes, he is. He'll put all the money into his own personal accounts. Now, eventually, if you go through a divorce, and you may have no choice, I've told plenty of ladies, if you have no choice, he's cutting you off, strangling you financially, you may have to file. Okay, you're going to get the money eventually, but that's going to take months because he's going to stall and starve you to death. He'll steal money that is partly in your name and hide it in secret accounts or send it to his family members. Had a guy the other day that I heard about who spent months preparing. He knew his wife was kind of getting more assertive and getting ready to leave. Well, he squirreled money away. He gave it to his crazy mother, to protect it from her. Dirtball. He'll stall the legal process to wear you down while your money supply diminishes. He'll lower his income to cheat you out of money. Classic. He'll make reasonable settlement offers and then take them back. So don't believe a word that dirtball says. Most of them will say, I'll be very fair. They're not going to be fair. They'll leave you with 10 cents and sleep at night. He'll spend huge sums on attorneys so there'll be little or nothing left. He'll take you back to court to get his child support and alimony payments reduced. Many of them will do that. He'll fight you for custody of the children so he will not have to pay child support. He doesn't really want full custody. Many of these dirtballs, in fact, most don't end up using the 50% they get, but they still have it legal so they don't have to pay as much. And of course, to look good. He'll be and to make you suffer. He'll be chronically late with his child support and alimony payments. And you know what? The court doesn't care. So you've got to be ready financially. You need money for your attorney, your Christian therapist, the place you live, and all your living expenses. Eventually, you may get money from your spouse in a legal separation or a divorce if it comes to that, and it might, but he will stall, pay you as little as possible, and be late with his payments. You need a savings war chest. You need to start that now, and a steady source of income that will support you and the children even on a basic level. Here are the healthy financial steps I want you to take before you leave your abuser. And for those of you who say, Dave, I have a solid job. I've always had my own personal account. I think I'm pretty good. Oh, good. This will maybe to help someone else. But many of you, that's not true. I don't work. I homeschool. I'm a mom. I maybe have a part-time job. I don't have enough money. I'm talking to you. Find out where the money is and get your name on it. Find all your financial records, tax returns for the last 3 years at least, documents of your savings and checking bank accounts, credit union accounts, 401k accounts, retirement accounts, all the insurance information. Now, your attorney will guide you in terms of what exactly you need to find. Make copies of these and keep them in a safe, secure place, not even in your home, family member's home, friend's home, because he'll find them and he'll destroy them. You need to know exactly what your husband earns as stated on the copy of a payroll check or statement. Tax return. You need to know exactly where all the money is deposited. You will need to have a complete picture of your assets and liabilities. He'll hide those things. You probably don't know right now. Find out. Record the exact amount of debt the two of you have. Find out where all the monies are invested and who is doing the investing, probably him, and how your investments are doing. There is probably a financial expert in your church who can guide you in this money area. And again, all this is done secretly, as much as you can. If you have a financial advisor, meet with him privately or her and have him or her fill you in on your total financial portfolio. Ask him not to tell your husband about the meeting. If he can't or won't do that, so be it. Go to the meeting anyway. Tell your husband what you are doing and have the meeting with the advisor anyway. And you tell your dirtball husband, look, what if you drop dead today? I've got to know what's going on financially. I'm not going to make any changes. I need to know, and I have a legal right to know. If your abuser learns that you're getting all this financial information, and he probably will find out, make no apology. Again, tell him because you're his wife, you want to know about all the finances so you can be on the team. And also, what if he dies or is disabled? This happens all the time. You'd be up a creek. Get your name on all the assets that you possibly can. Cars, houses, bank, retirement and investments accounts, insurance policies, including disability insurance and all properties. Make sure there is no debt in your name only. A lot of these dirtballs will have debt in your name only. Again, your financial advisor and your attorney especially will know what to recommend. And again, if he fights you on these financial moves, and he probably will, that's what your attorney is for. Legally, in every state in the union, you are allowed this information, and you're going to get it. Now, he'll realize something's up. Obviously, he's not an idiot, but why is she gathering all this? Whatever. You don't tell him what it's really about. You just need the information. Lean on your attorney. That's why the choice of an attorney is very important. Meet with your tough, knuckle and skull fighting family law attorney. Don't listen to a wimpy attorney. They lose. Get somebody tough. Ask your attorney what he can do legally to give you financial protection. That's his job. How can you get your name on all the assets? How much money can you take just before you leave your abuser? In most states, it's half. How do you apply for child support and temporary financial support as you leave him? And what amount of that can you expect during the separation? And what can you expect to get in a divorce? You're going to get your ducks in a row if it comes to divorce. And it very well might. A good attorney knows all these things. It's his job to protect you and your kids. Start your own personal secret bank account. You can go into any bank in this country and open up an account in your name. And you make sure they never, ever send anything to your home. All right, they'll ask for your address, of course. You don't want anything ever sent to your home because your husband might see it. Now, if he finds out, not the end of the world, but we don't want that. Make it very clear. Never send me stuff. Begin putting money into a secret bank account that's in your name only. If you have a job outside the home, put as much money in that account as possible from each paycheck. If you don't work outside the home, squirrel away as much as you can in this account. Also ask your support team, family, friends for donations to this private account. Ask your church. There's no shame in asking. This is your escape war chest. Get a job. You probably don't want to. You need to. If you don't have a job, get one. Reach out to all your contacts and pray God gives you a job that will eventually support you and your kids. Get this job before you leave your abuser. You need money for your war chest and for your living expenses after you've left. Now, if you can get enough money before you leave, and you know it's going to be quite a bit of money, if your husband makes a ton of money or there's a lot of money, okay, you might not have to get a job. But if you're not in that situation, get a job. Tell your husband you want a job so you can contribute to the family support, so you can buy extra things you want, and so you can fulfill your potential as a person. He won't like it, but he can't stop you from doing it. Get a job. He'll most likely closely watch the money you make because he's a control freak, so at least half of it may have to go into a joint account. Take at least half of each paycheck and put it into your secret account. If he asks about the missing money, tell him this money is to buy things for yourself. Now, what a lot of these guys will do is start making you pay for more things so they can take your money. Don't let that happen. This is your money. If he demands that you deposit your entire paycheck into a joint account, you calmly refuse. You have to take a stand on this issue because you need this money for your escape war chest. Get education and training now before you leave, if you need it. If you need more or specific education or some kind of technical training in order to get a decent job, get it. If he refuses to pay for it, ask your family, friends, and church for the funds. Your community may have a women's center that will provide job training and guidance. Many counties, many cities have a women's center, and they will help you for nothing. How your finances may affect your children. This is a big deal, but you're going to have to bite the bullet. Getting more education and or getting a job may mean a big change in your kids' schooling. You may have to stop homeschooling. You may have to pull them out of a private school. It's likely your kids will have to attend public school. Not the end of the world. All 4 of our kids, Emily, Leanne, Nancy, and we have attended public schools. They're brilliant. They're doing great in life. It's not important to go to the private school, private Christian school, or homeschooling. It's an advantage. Okay, if you want to do it, it's like a choice. Not necessary, I'm telling you. These are real sacrifices. I'm not poo-pooing that. But keep this in mind. Having the money to escape your abuser is more important than your children being homeschooled or attending private school. Their education is important, but not as important as leaving your abuser. As you begin this escape preparation, pray for God to protect your kids throughout this process. Your education, your training, your eventual job will also mean you'll have less time with your kids. That's just a reality. You may not be able to drop them off at school or pick them up like you're doing now. You may not be able to transport them to their activities. Lean on your support team for help in these areas. Pay an older teen or a young adult to help with the kids. If you have to do that, do it. If you have to use daycare, do it. Again, taking all these steps is more important than staying with your abuser and watching him damage your kids. I just talked to a lady in a phone advice session. She decided to stay with her abuser. All right, and she's 67 years old. Her kids got a great education, but now they don't talk to her. Okay, not worth it, is it? These difficult steps will take time and energy, no question. You may have to work at your emotional health to be strong enough to take these financial actions. That's why that emotional step comes first. It will take time, but you will be able to follow these money steps. They are vital to your successful escape. Talked to a lady recently. I got a little story here. You can read in the Enough is Enough book, but it took her 8 months to get some training and to get a job and to build enough of a war chest to leave her abusive husband. She got it done, and she's out now, and she's free. She's going through a miserable divorce process, yes, but she has enough money. She's got a support team. She's emotionally strong, and her abuser over and over again is proving why she's divorcing him. He's a dirtball, and he's trying to destroy her. He's not going to be successful. Now, I hope you decided to follow my plan just as this woman did so you can reach that happy destination. She got out. I've helped hundreds of ladies get out. You can be next. Now, we need to talk about how to get your precious children ready for your escape. This is the next series of podcasts, I think next few podcasts, 2 or 3, about getting your kids ready to leave your abuser.